Hey guys, I'm going to give you two tools today on how to kind of quiet your mind chatter. So, you know how when you're going through something, you're having a problem, and you kind of get stuck in a loop of your brain just going over and over and over the same thing, and you try to distract yourself, and it's still not working, and you're just really struggling with something. So in the last video, I gave 3 tips on how to like raise your vibration, and I guess it could kind of tie into that, but I'm gonna give you 2 more strategies here. So the first one is a linguistic tool, and it's to talk to yourself in the talk about yourself in the third person, instead of saying like I can't, I this, I that, I need to get it together, whatever. Say you're prepping for something big you're really nervous about. You can just change the language that you use, because when you change the language that you're using, things happen in your brain. It changes it. Now, I'm not like a neuroscientist or anything, but I can't give you all the facts on that, on how exactly that works. But okay, think about it this way. So most people can give good advice on certain topics, so to other people, but they don't take their own advice. So, let's say you have a friend who's in a bad relationship. It's really easy to be like, hey, you need to get out of there, things aren't going good, but then you could be in the same situation, and you're probably not going to take your own advice, right? So the trick here is that you talk to yourself in the third person and change the perspective, force your brain to see a different perspective. So you say your name. I'd say my name, Ashley. Hey, you need to, stop procrastinating and work on this project that you've been putting off. It's really important, and you can do this, Ashley. And it literally changes things inside of your brain when you talk about yourself, because you're changing the perspective. So that's a tool to use and to try. And it's not an instant overnight thing. None of these things are instant overnight things. They're things that you use, and you can use a combination of them, to kind of rewire how you look at things and how you make choices. And the goal being, life is easier. You're moving more efficiently, you're accomplishing more, you're not getting stuck as much, you're not struggling as much emotionally. So the second tip is to think about things into the future. So say you're going through like a bad breakup. Instead of focusing on how you feel right now, make statements in your head about how this is going to help you in the future. Say to yourself, 5 years from now, I'm going to be so thankful that this didn't work out, because I wouldn't be here now. I wouldn't be where I am today if that relationship worked out. I'm so glad that I learned that lesson and went through that struggle. And a lot of these tools, like I said before, like I'm still a student of all these things that I'm studying. And I'm learning new things, and as I'm learning new things, I'm dropping little bits of information. And I think YouTube and different motivational speakers and Abraham Hicks have been such a big part of my life in the last 5 years. I had heard of The Secret and all that stuff, but I had originally started getting into it more heavily and listening to these kind of things on a daily basis when I was going through a really, really bad breakup. I was having one of the worst periods of time in my life, and I found something that helped me. I found that every morning when I woke up, I'd play my videos as I got ready, as I put on my makeup, and it would set the stage for having a more positive day. And yeah, of course, I still had negative days and bad times, and I still struggled, but it made a huge difference. And then I noticed that when I stopped that habit, just because whatever, life got busy, life changed, things things would actually get worse for me. Like, I I don't know what to say, but they would. Like, if I didn't start my day like that every day, things would get worse. So I do listen. I use YouTube every day to listen to motivational speakers and learn things. And so I have a job that's really boring right now. It's really boring. It's really easy. But I discovered that I can listen to my headphones while I'm working for the majority of my shifts. So instead of me just ruminating on whatever I'm dealing with and just cycling through my problems over and over again in my head, I put on my headphones and I listen to my favorite motivational speakers and my Abraham Hicks, and I feel more positive. I'm learning something. It makes my shift go faster. So all this to say that I've gained tremendous value from YouTubers and all this information that's out there for free. And so as I'm learning things, I'm going to be sharing things, and maybe I'm breaking them down like the most simplest way possible. I'm not giving you the crazy scientific explanations or anything, or going like off on huge tangents, I hope. But in under 10 minutes, I can give you like something that I spent 6 hours listening to. I can give you the important parts of that, like in my little spiel. So anyways, I hope you all have a nice evening, morning, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you next time.